Hey ladies and gents, Nathan here from Bastion Games, and we're going to be doing a box opening video of 6 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collector boxes for the new Magic the Gathering set that comes out in 2 days. We got our product a little bit late, but we're doing it right now. For this weekend, we do have 4 pre-release events. The first one is on Friday at 7 p.m. Second one is Saturday at 5 p.m. The third one is Sunday at 5 p.m. And the last one is next Wednesday, a week from today, at 5 p.m. The one big difference for this event is in honor of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We are doing free pizza for every single event. So if you're coming down to them, bring your appetite. Now, the way we do our box openings is a little bit differently. We don't want to waste a lot of time on the video with opening the packs themselves. So we've pre-opened all the packs. We don't know what's in them. And they're separated by, I believe, tokens and land. So here we go. And another thing, it's pretty polarizing, the set and Universes Beyond in general. But we'll be opening every set of Magic that comes out, regardless of whether or not it's Universes Beyond. Smaller sets like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Spider-Man, we might open a little bit less of, simply because it's a smaller set, but we're always going to open singles for the community so that we'll have them available in the store on launch. So without further ado, here we go. The pizza lands, the basic lands come in 2 different kinds, pizza lands and ninja lands, I like to call them. So we have Leatherhead Swamp Stalker, Swift Demise, this is from Commander, Chromatic Lantern, Underworld Breach from the bonus sheet. That is cool looking. And Improvised Arsenal. As with our other box openings, we'll be reading out the top card in the set at the back, or in each pack. So Improvised Arsenal is a 2-mana red equipment. Equipped creature you control gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. You can pay 5 mana, create a token that's a copy of this equipment. So this could get out of hand really fast. Pizza Land, Does Machines, Super Combo from Commander, April O'Neil, Hacktivist, Donnie's Bow, which is the Shadow Spear from the bonus sheet. So far, our bonus sheet's doing really well. Casey Jones, Vigilante, 3 mana in red for a legendary human berserker. When Casey Jones enters, draw 3 cards. At the beginning of your next upkeep, discard 3 cards at random, and it's a 4/3. It's a useful ETB effect. We've got Northampton Farm. The Commander deck has the bunch of different Commander lands, which is nice. So you're going to get a bunch of these in the collector packs. Raphael, the Night Watcher. Metallic Mimic from the bonus sheet. Awesome art. Shark Shredder, Killer Clone. This is a black legendary Shark Octopus Ninja. All right. It has Sneak 5. First Strike. Whenever Shark Shredder deals combat damage to a player, put up to 1 target creature card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It enters tapped and attacking. So this is one of the cards that I saw before. Usually I'm pretty oblivious to the set. But this is a really cool use of design space, because as long as the creature from your opponent's hand that you put in tapped and attacking, or graveyard that you put in tapped and attacking, doesn't have First Strike, this card hits them, puts it into play, and then their creature hits them in the same combat. Pretty cool. We've got Surge Foil, so these are the Ninja Lands. They are absolutely beautiful. We've got Krang and Shredder. Special Move from Commander. We have a Surge Foil Krang the All-Powerful from Commander in the, looks like video game art, 8-bit video game art, or 16-bit. We got a Foil Metallic Mimic from the bonus sheet. And Turtle Power. 3 mana green enchantment with Flash. Turtles you control get +2/+2. So This is basically useful in a Turtles deck and a Changeling deck. We've got Turncoat. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Kunoichi. It's a, all right. Weathermaker. Surge Foil Special Move. All will be one from the last Ronin art, which is sick. And Splinter Radical Rat. So this is hybrid black-white legendary mutant ninja rat. If an ability of a ninja creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Very important, you can pay 2, target ninja can't be blocked this turn. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. We've got Armagon Future Shark, Casey Jones Back Alley Brute, Krang Mastermind, Brainstorm from the bonus sheet. That's some pretty art. Kitsune, Dragon's Daughter. 6 mana legendary Fox Warlock avatar in blue. It has Vigilance. It's a 6/6. Whenever Kitsune enters or deals combat damage to a player, you may exchange control of 2 other target creatures controlled by different players. So you can take something of someone else's and give them something crappy of yours, or in politicking, you can swap. Rat King Verminister, level up. Surge Foil, Here Comes a New Hero. Trouble in Pairs. That'll be a good one for people to get their hands on. This thing is actually a pretty sought after card. And Savanti Romero, Time's Exile. 5 mana Demon Wizard, legendary Demon Wizard, in black. It's a 4/4 with trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Savanti Romero. Then you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of counters on it. So just another way of black paying life to draw cards. This one's on a creature. Got Raphael the Night Watcher. Rat King Pale Piper from Commander. Surge Foil, level up. Bonus sheet Waves of Aggression. And Splinter's Technique. 4 mana sorcery in black with Sneak 2. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. So it's basically a diabolic tutor that can turn into a demonic tutor with the sneak cost. Balance for standard. Krang Mastermind, Prehistoric Pet, Krang and Shredder, and Cytoplasm Manipulator from the bonus sheet. Agent Bishop, Man in Black. So this is a 3 mana white 1/2. He's a legendary human soldier. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Pretty vanilla for white. The pizza lands actually look pretty good search foil. We've got Improvised Arsenal, City of Brass from Commander, Slash Clone, which is Steelbane Hydra from the Commander deck, Surge Foil. Splinter of the Shadows, which is Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm from the bonus sheet. And Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. These are hybrid green-white, legendary mutant ninja turtle. It's a 2/2. Whenever you put a counter on a creature you control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Pretty solid. One thing I will mention in the collector packs, one of the common slots of cards is taken up by a commander card as well. So you can get uncommons and commons from the commander decks. You can get them regular non-foil or surge foil. So you can get Arcane Signet, you can get Soul Ring, that kind of stuff from the collector packs. Got Dawn and Leo Problem Solvers, Cinderglade, Ravenous Robots, Doubling Season, which is cool art. Can never have too many doubling seasons. And Michelangelo's Technique. 5 mana, green sorcery with Sneak 4. Look at the top 8 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's pretty solid. Pretty good costed at 5 mana. If you can sneak it for 4 mana, even better. The only downside is mana value 6 or less, which is with a total mana value. So combined, you can put 2 3-drops, you can put 1 6-drop, you could put 1 1-drop and 1 5-drop. Technodrome, Coin of Mastery, Mondo Gecko, Silverclad Ferocidons. What an image, hey? Who knew playing Magic the Gathering, you had a picture of one of the Ninja Turtles fighting a Triceratops? Meh. I'm sure some people love it. Ooh, Raphael the Night Watcher. This is 4 mana. This is the anime art, the extended art anime art. 4 mana for a red 2/3 legendary Mutant Ninja Turtle. It has Sneak 3. Attacking creatures you control have double strike. That's just a solid red card in the tapping dudes to do damage. There's the first box. So we've got 6 boxes. We've got 5 more to go. I'm going to speed it up. All right, we've got Prehistoric Pet, Assassin's Trophy from the bonus sheet, Dark Leo and Shredder, another Underworld Breach, and Michelangelo the Improviser. 4 mana for a 4/4 legendary Mutant Ninja Turtle with Sneak 4. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may put a creature card and or a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's pretty solid. I can definitely see this guy getting used. The art is cool too. Slash Reptile Rampager, Leatherhead Iron Gator, Agent Bishop Man in Black, Conqueror's Flail from the bonus sheet, Sally Pride Lioness Leader. 5 mana 2/4 Cat Mutant Rebel in white. When she enters, create X 2/2 red mutant creature tokens, where X is the number of non-token creatures you control. Whenever Sally Pride attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So this is the reward you for playing with non-tokens by giving you tokens. Meh, it's okay. Chrome Dome, Big Mother Mouser, Splinter the Mentor, Plague of Vermin, Rennet Temporal Apprentice, 5 mana blue human wizard with flash. When Rennet enters, return each other non-land permanent that entered this turn to its owner's hand. I'm going to go with, I don't like this card. It feels very niche. For 1 less mana, you have Venser, which can bounce any permanent and any spell off a stack. The upside of this card is this: if you're playing in a pod where someone's putting a lot of permanents into play, they go off, Genesis Wave for 13 or something like that. This, instead of bouncing one thing, would bounce all permanents that enter the battlefield this turn that aren't lands. Turtle Power, Casey Jones Vigilante, got a Surge Foil Double Jump Flying Kick from Commander, another Metallic Mimic, Krang and Shredder, 6 hybrid black-blue for a legendary Utrom Human Ninja. It's a 6/7. Whenever Krang and Shredder enter or attack, so it's a Titan effect, each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with Krang and Shredder without paying its mana cost. So there is a bunch of hoops to jump through for a 6 mana creature to play spells for free. The Surge Ninja lands look so cool. We got Ralph and Leo, sibling rivals, Vanquish the Horde, Dawn and Wrath, Hard Science, Rhythm of the Wild from the bonus sheet, and Mutagen Man, Living Ooze. It is a X and 2 green, 2/3 creature with, it's an Ooze mutant with Trample. Activated abilities of artifact tokens you control cost 1 less to activate. When Mutagen Man enters, create X mutagen tokens. So this makes mutagen free to sack at sorcerer speed to put a +1/+1 counter on something. It also makes things like food cost 1 less to sacrifice. So it doesn't increase this guy's power, the X spell. He just makes mutagen tokens. Krang Mastermind, Spire Garden, Big Mother Mouser, Path to Exile from the bonus sheet, foil, Krang Mastermind. 8 mana for a blue 1/4. It's got affinity for artifacts, so it's going to get cheaper. When Krang enters, if you have fewer than 4 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Krang gets +1/+0 for each other artifact you control. Fair enough. I'll see some play. Broadcast Takeover, Baxter Fly in the Ointment, Surge Foil Hidden Hideout, Foil Umezawa's Jite, or Raph's Jite. Ooh, that one's sick. Broadcast Takeover, 5 mana red sorcery. Gain control of all artifacts your opponents control until the end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste. So it's basically like insurrection, a temporary insurrection for artifacts. I can see salty artifact players. I have an artifact deck. If I ran into that card, I would not be happy. Kitsune Dragon's Daughter, Corpsejack Menace, Leonardo's Technique, Sword of Sinew and Steel, or Leo's Katana from the bonus sheet, and Extended Art Technodrome. This is a 2 mana 3/3 artifact creature. It has reach and trample. It can't attack or block unless its power is 6 or greater. Tap, sacrifice another artifact, draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. All right. That feels solid. I don't know if it's mythic, but solid card. Dawn and Wrath, Hard Science. Armagon, Future Shark. Turtles Forever. Trouble in Pairs again from the bonus sheet. I mean, I can't complain about that. That's awesome. Raph and Mikey, Troublemakers. 7 mana. Holy smokes. 7 mana, red-green, for legendary Mutant Ninja Turtles. 7/7 with Trample and Haste. Whenever Raph and Mikey attack, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking, and the rest on the bottom. So it is a attack cascade into a creature, basically, that's attacking. Will it see play? I don't know. It does have haste, which helps, but 7 mana. Raphael, Ninja Destroyer. Tokar and Razar, Unsupervised. Donatello, Gadget Master. Another doubling season. Woo! Bebop and Rocksteady. Awesome. Black-green hybrid. 3 mana for a 7/5 Boar Rhino Mutant. Whenever Bebop and Rocksteady attack or block, sacrifice a permanent unless you discard a card. Well, I mean, anybody that plays Commander, there's entire archetypes that revolve around discarding cards, like Madness, or putting stuff into your graveyard, or sacrificing your own stuff. So like 3 mana for a 7/5 with that ability doesn't seem like too much of a drawback. Transdimensional bovine. All right. Foot chopper. Blasphemous act search foil. Teleportation circle. And April O'Neil, hacktivist. So 4 mana for a legendary human scientist. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card for each card type among spells you've cast this turn. If you like drawing cards, this is a pretty solid card. If you cast a creature spell, you are going to draw 1 card. If you cast a Bitter Blossom, you're going to draw 2 cards. 1 for Tribal or Kindred and 1 for Enchantment. So if you're casting a bunch of spells with multiple card types on it, then you're going to be drawing a bunch of cards. Madam Null, Power Broker. Hidden Lookout, or Hidden Hideout. Mutagen Man, Live and Ooze. We got a foil Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm, also known as Splinter of the Shadows. And last card of box 2, Rat King, Verminister. It is a 2-mana 1/1 rat avatar. It has Disappear. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token and put a +1/+1 counter on Rat King. Tap, sacrifice 3 rats, return target creature card, and all other cards with the same name as that card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Obviously, this guy is built for constructed decks where you allow 4 copies of each card, but it's going to be shoe-in like in Relentless Rat style decks. You can tap, sack 3 rats and get every Relentless Rat back from your graveyard. Now, due to the sacrifice 3 rats cost coming before the colon, it's part of the cost of it. You will sack 3 if you're using a Relentless Rat deck. You will sack 3 Relentless Rats. And then those 3 Relentless Rats that you sacked will come back, I believe. Huh. This is going to be... people are going to build a Relentless Rat, but this is a deck with this as the commander for sure. Box number 2. So far, so good. Some cool stuff. 4 left to go. We have Leatherhead Swamp Stalker, Super Combo, Endless Foot Assault, Surge Foil, Underworld Breach from the bonus sheet, and Splinter's Technique. 4 mana for a black sorcerer with Sneak 2. Oh, this is the one we read before. Yeah, this is the tutor one. Solid card. Don't know if I'm down with the cartoony graphics, but I'm sure some people are. Does Machines, Casey Joan Back Alley Brute, Raphael the Night Watcher, Metallic Mimic again. We've seen this guy, I think, 4 times. Ooh. Dark Leo and Shredder. What is this? This art is hilarious. Like little kids. 1 black, 1 white, 1/3 Mutant Ninja Turtle Human. I don't know if you can fit any more creature types in there. It has Sneak, 1 black, 1 white. Attacking ninjas you control have Death Touch. That's solid. Whenever Dark Leo and Shredder deal combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token. Then, if you control 5 or more ninjas, that player loses half of their life rounded up. The only downside of this card is that you can't play it in traditional ninja decks. Like most ninja decks are mono blue, mono black, most likely blue black. This is black white. Interesting card though, for sure. Northampton Farm. Welcome to the Hamptons. Special move. Weathermaker. Rhythm of the Wild again from the bonus sheet. And Agent Bishop Man in Black. We've seen that one. We've got Krang and Shredder. Sunken Hollow. Krang Mastermind. Silverclad Ferocidons again. Looks like Angry Triceratops in a diaper. Michelangelo's Technique. 5. Oh, we've seen this one as well. I guess with a small set, you'll probably see more duplicates. Starting to see them on Collector Box 3. Turncoat Kunoichi, Exotic Orchard, Big Apple, 3 AM. Another foil Underworld Breach, solid. And a Bebop and Rocksteady, which we've seen. Armagon, Future Shark. Endless Foot Assault. Rennet, Temporal Apprentice. Cytoplast Manipulator. An Improvised Arsenal. Solid equipment. Rat King Verminister. Rat King Pale Piper from Commander. Shredder Shadow Master from Commander, Surge Foil. Trouble in Pairs Foil. Boom. Raphael's Technique. So this is the red Technique card. Six mana in red, sorry. It's an instant with Sneak 3. Each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. So it's a wheel for 6 mana that you can cast for 3 at instant speed. Raphael the Night Watcher. City of Brass. Toka and Razar, Terrible Twos. Shadow Spear again, Donnie's Bow. That's a solid card. Ooh! Oh, this is the one we saw before. Raphael the Night Watcher. We got the anime art, except Fracture Foil. You get on average 1 Fracture Foil per 6 boxes, I think it is. This is a solid card. I like Fracture Foils where the art takes up most of the card, because then the fracture foiling isn't the focus of the card. This one looks awesome. Solid card. Krang Mastermind, Cinderglade, Krang and Shredder, Plague of Vermin, and Turtles Forever. 4 mana white instant. Search your library and or outside the game for exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names. Then reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them, put the chosen cards in your hand, shuffle the rest into your library. So they don't go into the graveyard. You can't use as many shenanigans with this. It doesn't have as much application in Commander because you can't search from outside the game. There's no sideboards in Commander. Improvised Arsenal, Coin Mastery, Ravenous Robots, Splinter of the Shadows again, and Raphael the Night Watcher. So I think we've gotten every version of this guy, which is good. He's the attacking creatures have double strike turtle. Dawn and Leo, Problem Solvers. Swift Demise. Mondo Gecko. Plague of Vermin Foil. Ralph and Leo, Sibling Rivals. So this is 3 mana hybrid red-white. It's a 2/4. Whenever Ralph and Leo attack, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap 1 or 2 target attacking creatures. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. So, interesting, it doesn't give you all your creatures attacking, which would be a little bit too powerful for a 3-drop. It's in red-white, so you can play it in like Ishin, where you get multiple attack triggers, or copies attack triggers. Keep in mind, if you do that, this guy attacks, it'll copy the trigger, which the first one will resolve, untapping 2 attacking creatures. After this attack phase, there'll be another one. The second one will then resolve, attacking another 2 attacking creatures. Then it will add a 3rd combat phase. Your stuff doesn't untap for the 3rd combat phase, those same 2 creatures. So keep that in mind. If you have things with vigilance, this is crazy. Technodrome, Chromatic Lantern, April O'Neil, Hacktivist. Oh, another doubling season. Here we go. That's 3. Savanti Romero, Time's Exile. We've seen that one. That is the box. So we got a Fracture Foil in that box. Halfway done. Casey Jones, Vigilante, Exotic Orchard, Southwind Avatar, Rhythm of the Wild, and April O'Neil, Activist. We've seen that one. Splinter Radical Rat, Endless Foot Assaults, Madame Null Power Broker, Arcbound Ravager, and another April O'Neil Hacktivist, which we've seen. Donatello Gadget Master, Aggro Amalgam, which is Voracious Hydra from Commander, Rennet Temporal Apprentice, a foil Rhythm of the Wild, Northampton Farm. So this is land that taps for colorless. You can pay 1, tap it, exile target creature you own. Doesn't say till the end of turn. You can pay 2, sacrifice this land. Return a creature card exiled with this land to the battlefield under your control. Return each other card exiled with this land to its owner's hand. So you can basically use a land to exile creatures that would otherwise be removed, and then in a pinch, put 1 back into play and refill your hand with them. Turtle Van, Dragon Skull Summit, Dawn and Leo Problem Solvers, a Leo's Katana, Sword of Sinew and Steel, and Northwind Avatar, 5 mana in blue-red for a Dragon Spirit Avatar, 5/5 flyer. When this creature enters, if you cast it, you may put a card you own from outside the game into your hand. So it's a wish spell, which does absolutely nothing in Commander. I can see this being an interesting card in constructed formats, though. Party Dude, High Score, Donatello Mutant Mechanic, Undercity Sewers, which is really cool, and Leonardo Cutting Edge, 2 mana for a 1/1 Mutant Ninja Turtle with Sneak 1. It has lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Leonardo. So White's been getting a lot of these kind of things standard in a lot of different sets. So you could probably fill up an entire deck with stuff like this. The big thing of this one is it could be your mono white commander for that specific purpose. It has Sneak, and a lot of the cards that trigger this way don't have lifelink, while this one does. I don't know how much you're going to be doing with a 1/1 lifelinker on turn 3 attacking, but we will see. Ninja Teen, Leonardo's Technique, Surge Foil Sunken Hollow, a foil diaper-clad Triceratops, silver-clad Ferocidons. That looks so cool. Ooh, and this is Extended Art Dark Leo and Shredder, which we've seen, but the art on this is so cool. Mondo Gecko, Baxter Fly in the Ointment, Turtles Forever, Cytoplast Manipulator, and Leonardo's Technique again. Oh, we haven't read this one. 4 mana for a white sorcerer with Sneak 2. Return 1 or 2 target creature cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it can be a very cheap reanimate for 2 creatures in white. Kitsune's Technique, Humongous Fungus, or Corpsejack Menace, Kitsune Dragon's Daughter, another Umezawa's Jite, and Turncoat Kunoichi. 3 mana for a 3/2 Mutant Ninja Fox. It has Sneak 4, oddly enough. When this creature enters, choose target creature an opponent controls. Exile that creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. If this creature's Sneak cost was paid, instead just exile the creature. So for 3 mana, you have like a creature Oblivion Ring. For 4 mana, you have an ETB creature that just exiles something. Agent Bishop, Man in Black, Tokar and Razar unsupervised, Donatello Gadget Master, Teleportation Circle, Leonardo Sewer Samurai. Some of the art in this is absolutely beautiful. 4 mana for a 3/3 Mutant Ninja Turtle Samurai. It has Sneak 4 as Double Strike. During your turn, you may cast creature spells with power or toughness 1 or less from your graveyard. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality counter on it. Very interesting card. So your stuff's going to die pretty easy because you're probably going to use this with 1 toughness creatures. Or 1 or less. You could use this with walls too. It's on color for it. That's solid. Donatello, Mutant Mechanic. Foot Chopper. Mutagen Man, Living Ooze. Conqueror's Flail, or Ronin's Arsenal. Madame Null, Power Broker. 3 mana for a 1/3 legendary Demon Advisor in black. It has Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control enters, you may pay life equal to its power. If you do, put that many +1/+1 counters on it. That's an interesting effect. Allows you to pump your creatures up by paying a bunch of life if you want to. Limited by that creature's power and the amount of life you have left. Toka and Rizar, Terrible 2s. Hidden Hideout. Dark Leo and Shredder. Path to Exile. Krang and Shredder, which we've seen. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. Awesome names. Assassin's Trophy. Electric Seaweed Surge Foil. Ooh, and a Foil Waves of Aggression. Solid card to put on the bonus sheet. And Dawn and Leo Problem Solvers. 5 mana hybrid blue-white for a 4/6 legendary Mutant Ninja Turtle. It has Vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact you control and up to 1 target creature you control. Then return them to the battlefield under their owner's control. So just on color for blue-white, for flickering things. Plus it's a big dude with Vigilance. All right, solid box again. Happy so far. There's a lot of interesting cards in the set, especially for it being a small set. Got Dawn and Raph, Hard Science. Grand Coliseum. Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. Another Brainstorm. Another Mutagen Man, Living Ooze. Michelangelo, Improviser. Krang, the All-Powerful. Turncoat Kunoichi. Arcbound Ravager. Sally Pride, Lioness Leader. Transdimensional Bovine. A Double Jump and Flying Kick. Surge Foil Super Combo. A Foil Undercity Sewers. That's solid. Rat King Verminister. Kitsune Dragon's Daughter. Sodden Verdure. Raphael's Technique. Path to Exile. Dawn and Raphael, Hard Science. So 3 mana for a 2/4 Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a red and blue hybrid. It has Menace, so Buddy Block. Whenever Dawn and Raph attack, the next non-creature spell you cast this turn has affinity for artifacts. Ooh, interesting. Will this go in decks with like Iron Man? Ninja Turtles and Iron Man? Let's go. Prehistoric Pet. Improvised Arsenal. Surge Foil Undergrowth Stadium. That's solid. Another Sword of Sinew and Steel, Leo's Katana. And Rennet, Temporal Apprentice. We've seen this one, or Renee. Slash Reptile Rampager. Game Over. Chrome Dome. And another foil Umezawa's Jite, or Raph's Jite. Turtle Van. All right, Turtle Van is a 3 generic mana vehicle. It's a 4/4. Whenever this vehicle attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature that crewed it this turn. Then, if that creature is a mutant ninja or turtle, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Interesting. So you're trading off attacking with the creature you're making bigger to attack with the turtle then. Madame Null, Power Broker. Ninja Pizza. Splinter's Technique. Another Undercity Sewers. Triceraton Commander. Interesting card. 2 white and double X. So if you have 6 mana, this is X is 2. It is a 2/2 dinosaur soldier with flying. Whenever this creature attacks, dinosaurs you control other than it get +1/+1 and gain flying till the end of turn. When this creature enters, create X 2/2 white dinosaur soldier creature tokens. So if you have a dinosaur deck, this guy, and it has white in it, this guy goes in it, just always. Super Shredder, Big Apple 3 AM, Michelangelo the Heart, another Umasawa's Chite, let's go. And Raphael's Technique, which we've seen. This is the wheel card. Turtle Power, Wave Goodbye from Commander, Savanti Romero times Exile, another Plague of Vermin, Turtles Forever, which we've seen, Ralph and Leo Sibling Rivals, Rain Slicked Copes, Surge Foil City of Brass, that's cool, Foil Path to Exile, and another Raphael the Night Watcher. I guess this case wanted us to play red. Chrome Dome, Mole Module, Toka and Rizar, Terrible Twos, Foil Metallic Mimic, and Donatello Gadget Master, anime art. So this is 3 mana for a 3/2 blue Mutant Ninja Turtle. It has Sneak 2. Whenever Donatello deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. Definitely some applications there. Leader's Talent, Smoldering Marsh, Leatherhead Swamp Stalker, Underworld Breach, and Ralph and Leo Sibling Rivals. All right, last box. Here we go. Turtles Forever, Undergrowth Stadium, Surge Foil Shredder Shadow Master, the Diaper Triceratops, and Krang Mastermind, which we've seen. The Last Ronin, Here Comes a New Hero, Leonardo Cutting Edge, a foil Arcbound Ravager, and Chrome Dome. 2 mana for a colorless robot ninja. It's a 1/3 that gives other artifact creatures you control +1/+0. Pay 5, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. Gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So this is a pretty good mana dump, and if you have something that taps for a ton of mana that's an artifact, you can make infinite artifacts with it and this card. Raphael's Technique, Roadkill Rodney, Krang. Oh, this is the first time we've seen this, so I'm going to read it out, because this is the last box. We might not see another one. This is 9 colorless mana for a 9/9 Flying Trample Indestructible Haste artifact creature. Other artifact creatures you control have Flying Trample, Indestructible, and Haste. So this is like colorless Acroma on crack. Holy smokes. Teleportation Circle, and Super Shredder with cool art. 2 mana in black for a 1/1 with Menace. It is a mutant ninja human. Whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Super Shredder. That could get large fast. And leaves the battlefield, goes back in your hand, gets flickered, goes to the graveyard, gets exiled, gets shuffled back into your library. Anything. Michelangelo, weirdness to 11. The Ooze. Endless Foot Assault, Surge Foil. Another Conqueror's Flail. And Michelangelo, weirdness to 11. The most adorable card in the set. Look at this thing. This is the anime art for it. So 2 mana, green 1/1 for a legendary mutant ninja turtle. When Michelangelo enters, create a mutagen token. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a creature you control, that many +1 are put on it. So Hardened Scales as a dude that makes a mutagen token. Solid for 1 more mana. Weathermaker, Ray Fillet Wave Warrior, Ray Fillet. Northampton Farm, Foil Teleportation Circle, and Ralph and Mikey Troublemakers. This is the red-green Trample Haste one. Rennet Temporal Apprentice, Hinterland Harbor, Mikey and Dawn Party Planners, All Will Be One, Raphael Ninja Destroyer. 4 mana for a 4/4 Mutant Ninja Turtle. Raphael must be blocked if able. He has Enrage. Whenever he is dealt damage at that much red mana, until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. So interesting card. I mean, pretty good with equipment too. Anything that gives it Death Touch, First Strike, Trample, all that kind of stuff. Pretty solid. Savanti. Continue? Question mark. Blasphemous Act. Another Conqueror's Flail, this time foil. Let's go. Kitsune Technique. 6 mana instant with Sneak 2. Target opponent mills half their library rounded up. Please don't use this on me. My lord. Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. Electric Seaweed. Surge Foil, Humongous Fungus. Another Rhythm of the Wild. And Armagon, Future Shark. 8 mana with Flash in black. That's not something that happens very often. When Armagon enters, destroy up to 3 target creatures. Interesting. Not when you cast them. That's a pretty solid graveyard recursion target, especially in a multiplayer format. He's huge. He's relevant on the board. And he can upset one person a lot or pick off 3 different things. Leonardo's Technique, Vernal Fen, Raph and Leo, Sibling Rivals, another Waves of Aggression, and Bebop and Rocksteady. Michelangelo's Technique, Arcade Cabinet, Michelangelo Improviser, Cytoplast Manipulator, Mikey and Dawn Party Planners. 4 mana, this is Simic, blue-green, for a 3/3 with Ward 2. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast Mutant, Ninja, or Turtle spells from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. This is built for mutants, right? You're not going to see a lot of ninja decks with green in it, that's for sure. Turtles, possibly, now that there's a lot more support for the class. Splinter's Technique, Fabled Passage, Shark Shredder, Killer Clone. Another All Will Be One, this time foil, solid. I like foils where the foiling is very subtle. Another Donatello Gadget Master. Last pack. Mikey and Dawn Party Planners, Shell Shock, Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, Donnie's Bow, Shadow Spear, and Leatherhead Swamp Stalker. 4 mana for a 5/4 with Trample. It's a Crocodile Mutant Rogue. Leatherhead enters with a hexproof counter on her. When Leatherhead deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a counter from her. When you do, destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Interesting. Well, there you have it. There's 6 boxes in under an hour. Again, if you're looking for events for this, we have them Friday at 7, Saturday at 5, Sunday at 5, and a week today, Wednesday at 5. We'll have all the singles, booster boxes, booster packs, draft nights, all that kind of stuff available this Friday as well. The only product that's not available is the pizza bundle, and that's like the collector bundle. So it comes out in a month, I believe March 27th. It's all up on our website as well. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next set.